You're listening to the Outer Banks This Week podcast, a place for people to hear what's going on up and down the beach and get the truth about what really goes on around the Outer Banks. So, here we go.
Thank you so much, Lexi. Outer Banks This Week podcast, episode number 93. And it's all brought to you by, as always, Kelly's Automotive in Manio and online at kellysobxauto.com. I was thinking about Kelly a little earlier today, and I was looking at his lot. Of course, I ride by it at least twice a day. And Kelly is like, he can be Santa Claus. Now, not in like the stature-wise, because, you know, Kelly is a built, solid specimen of an individual, you know. Like, he's not got the belly. He doesn't have that build. But he does have the beard. So I guess in a way he could, you know, does favor Santa if it were white. However, Kelly's just a jolly old soul. A jolly gentleman. You know, he and Dakota both fantastic folks. In the market for a car, in the market for a shed, Kelly can get you squared away. All over there at Kelly's Automotive in Manio and online at kellysobxauto.com. Hey, I hope that each of you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I know I was telling my mom, I've told a lot of my friends, I'm like, look, I probably had the best Thanksgiving I've ever had. No lie. It was great from start to finish. You know, things always start good, but you wait for like that one little thing to happen that could cause a bit of a hiccup. And it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I mean, the food was cooked well. All the food was good. There was no arguing, no fussing, no getting on each other's nerves, none of that. And it was a fantastic Thanksgiving. Again, in my 40 years of existence, I would say it's probably the best Thanksgiving I've ever had. No lie, no joke. It was great. I would love for a few more of my family members to have been there, but, you know, it's what it is. I, again, can't complain about much. That's my only complaint. I think I'm doing pretty good. And a lot of times the complaint is there was too many family members there, and that's what starts the fights and the arguments and this, that, and the other. Not at my house this year. It was fantastic, and I am very thankful that it was a fantastic Thanksgiving. And again, I hope yours was as well. Leading on into the weekend, it was a great weekend. Cold, but great. You know, we had the Wanchese Christmas extravaganza down in the homeland, and a little shout out to George and his wife Jill for really spearheading the effort to get that done and get that put on and off without a hitch. Seemed like everything went great that day as well. I helped get the parade organized, and shout out to my guy Jacob, who really gave me a hand with that. I mean, that dude was all over the place trying to make sure everybody was good to go there. And it went off without a hitch. Santa was there. We were led by the color guard from the Manio Middle School shooting team. Then, of course, Doug Dowdy, our sheriff, who was just awarded the Longleaf Pine Award, which is like the highest honor you can get from the state. He was awarded that just the other day. So shout out to Doug Dowdy, our county sheriff here in Dare County. He led things off, kind of kept everything going up towards the front. Fantastic human being. I mean, just an all-around great guy, too. You know, great sheriff and all-around great guy. So a little shout-out for him. But that was part of the Wanchese Christmas parade. And then they did the tree lighting that night. All great things. And just all the way into Sunday, church was good at Wanchese Assembly of God. We are practicing for our big Christmas play coming up on December 15th. I've got to sing. Yeah, I got to sing a song. It's called Joseph's Lullaby. If you get a chance to look it up on Spotify by Mercy Me, that song will bring you to your knees. That song will make you cry. But again, just all around great weekend. I hope yours was as well. It's gotten chillier out here on the Outer Banks. Of course, you know, we got the northeast breeze. It's a kind of a prevailing wind in the wintertime. And the temperatures have gone down slightly. But tis the season, right? Tis the season. It is chilly out there. The last few days, it hadn't gotten out of the 40s, and it's been a little breezy. It's not been too bad, but again, it's the season. I like, you know, upper 40s, low 50s. I'm good there. Like these low 40s into the 30s, not too crazy about them. And to be honest, I had my son was talking about, snow, it needs to snow, it needs to snow. I mean, I'm good with snow for like a day or two just for the kids to play in it, you know, and yippee-ki-yay, it's snowing. Oh, the house looks pretty with the snow on it. The bushes look nice with the snow on it. La, 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 blah, blah, blah. Then I want it to go away. Yeah, that's how I feel about the snow. So, again, it was fantastic. weekend, as I said a moment ago. Oh, I forgot to shout out to Mania Baptist Church. They did a little sing-spiration with the Captain's Crew. My mama sang along with Ken Mann and some of the others, and that was just a great time this past weekend as well. So let me give them a quick little plug. Coming up in this episode of the podcast, though, I'm going to get with Brooke Sparks. Now, you may remember Brooke Sparks from Coast Realty. I did a little thing with her not long ago. We talked about some stuff. And she actually heads up a program here on the Outer Banks in the wintertime for wounded warriors. So she and I are going to talk about the program that she heads up, the activities that she lines up for them, and how you can help and how you can be a part of, because it's really an awesome thing that she does. And she puts a lot of energy into it. So we're going to talk to her in just a little bit. I was thinking about news. I'm not a news podcast. You know this by now. If there's anything that's just jumping off the page, though, that's unavoidable to talk about, I'll bring it up. But as I always say, for all the news, the latest, the greatest, the best, Sam Walker, OBXnews.com. You have questions about the news, Sam Walker is the answer. Sam Walker, OBXnews.com. I'm telling you, I don't call him Grand Slam. Woo! Sam Walker for no reason. He is the answer. Sam Walker, OBXnews.com. Looking back on episode number 92, I was going to give a shout out to my guest from episode number 92, but I was my own guest. So I'm going to shout out to me. Went through the holiday happenings, and I'm going to do some more of that coming up here a little bit later on in the podcast. But hey, again, there's a lot of things going on in the month of December with all the Misfit bars, the 12 bars of Christmas. Downtown Mania now has a bar crawl. I'm going to talk about that coming up in a little bit. But hey, you know who's still on top of his game? It would be the captain. Oh, captain, my captain. I'm talking about Captain Marty. I'm not talking about Walt Whitman's poem in regards to Abraham Lincoln. I'm talking about Captain Marty. Yes, the captain still getting the fishing reports all pulled together. Talking about some bluefin tuna, the season that's going to be, we're approaching with that on the offshore side of things. Talking about where fish are being caught in the sound, in the surf, off the piers. Captain Marty's got you all taken care of. So you can listen to all of his fishing reports on our website at outerbanksthisweek.com. You click on the Captain Marty banner, or you go over to the little drop down tab. You'll see where it says Captain Marty. You can click on that, listen to it, and he's on all of your major podcast platforms, whether it be Spotify, Apple Play, Pandora, iHeartRadio, you name it. You can find Captain Marty everywhere. So again, Captain Marty's still on top of his game, and we're loving it. We love us some Captain Marty here at Outer Banks this week. Going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I got one shout out I want to give. Yes, indeed. This gentleman is worthy of a shout out, and I'll tell you who in just a few moments.
Hey y'all, Captain Marty here to tell you that when my friends are in the market for a new boat engine, repair, or repower, I send them to the best in the business, and that's at Ratcliffe Marine in Belhaven. Ratcliffe Marine is your official Honda outboard dealer. Honda motors are designed to get you on the water fast and get you back to the dock safely and quickly. Ratcliffe Marine is best known as the largest repower center in North Carolina. So when you're in the market for a new motor or you need your Honda service, go to Ratcliffe Marine, 865 Highway 264, Belhaven.
Back by popular demand, the Dare Education Foundation Dueling Pianos signature event presented by Town Bank, Friday, January 31st from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at 108 Budley in downtown Manio.
Dance the night away to the New York Dueling Pianos while supporting Dare County Schools.
With a live auction and buy it now auction, fantastic food, and tasty beverages, this is guaranteed to be the party to start the year off the right way.
Get your tickets now at dareeducationfoundation.org. All money raised goes back to our teachers and kids.
It's a ton of fun for a great cause on Friday, January 31st at the Dare Education Foundation's Dueling Pianos signature event.
Macy and Kara did such a great job on that spot for the Dare Education Foundation signature event. So a little shout out to them for coming in and sitting down with me and just reading it. And they really did it in one take. You know, a lot of times with different recordings, people that aren't used to recording, it takes them a few times to get it done, but they jumped in here and Macy was like, back by popular demand. And she really did a great job. And to get your tickets for the Dare Education Foundation signature event, Dueling Pianos, go online to dareeducationfoundation.org and there will be a little link there for you to click on in order to get those tickets. All right, we're going to jump into some shout outs. And again, if you want to shout out, you want to interact with me, you want to talk to me, I love talking to you guys. I appreciate those of you who have emailed me and have chatted with me. Thank you so much for that. Podcast at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Podcast at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. I want to shout out to a gentleman whom I knew him, but I didn't know what he did, and I didn't know a whole lot about him up until recently. His name is Clint Godwin of the Farm Bureau Insurance Agency. Yes, Clint, whether it be auto, home, renter's insurance, other things that you may need insured, Clint Godwin would love to be your guy. He's fixing to get himself situated here in Dare County to be the Farm Bureau agent here locally. And he wants to work with you, whether, insurance, whatever, he's ready to go to work for you. And the guy's got a lot of energy. I've worked out with him at Roanoke Island Fitness Lab more than once, more than twice. And the dude is a go-getter. I'm proud to know him. Again, it was just funny the way this all kind of came together. Captain Marty knew who he was. I knew who he was. And I didn't realize that he is who he is. So I wanted to give Clint a quick shout out, man. Like, I'm really excited to get to work with you, dude. And it's going to be a lot of fun once we get this party started, bro. So if you're looking for insurance, you're not sure about your insurance, you got questions about what coverage you have going on currently in the world of insurance, Clint Godwin would love to help you. Email him. I'm going to give you his email right now. It's Clint, CLINT .Godwin, GODWIN Clint.Godwin at N as in November, C as in Charlie, F as in Foxtrot, B as in Bravo, I as in India, N as in November, S as in Sierra. So at ncfbins.com, Clint.Godwin at ncfbins.com. Get up with him. He would love to talk to you. So Clint, thank you for listening to the podcast, dude. I look forward to doing more work with you in the very near future. Going to take one last quick break, and we're going to talk to Brooke Sparks. She is going to tell us all about the Wounded Warrior event coming up here. I believe it's at the end of December, first part of January. I'm a little hazy on the dates, but she's going to get us all up to speed with it all. But before we do, if you're looking for a place to do a holiday party, place to grab a great bite to eat, place to spend the night, there's no better place on Hatteras Island than the Inn on Pamlico Sound.
In one word, how would I describe the Inn on Pamlico Sound in Cafe Pamlico? That's easy. Unparalleled. The Inn on Pamlico Sound is a full-service European-style boutique hotel. Their rooms are all tastefully decorated individually to give you that at-home feeling. Cafe Pamlico is a casual, fine dining restaurant on the water offering brunch daily and dinner nightly. They also welcome large parties, have wine tastings, and live music. Reservations are recommended, and be sure to ask about on-site weddings and catering. Visit them online at inonpamlicosound.com. The Inn on Pamlico Sound and Cafe Pamlico in Buxton, a hotel and dining experience that is completely unparalleled.
All right, as promised, and I always lead into these little segments by saying as promised because I promise a lot. Sometimes I feel like I overpromise and underdeliver, but I'm trying to fix that. So as promised, I'm sitting here with Brooke Sparks and Caiden. Caiden, did I say that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now don't be afraid of that microphone, okay? Brooke has been heavily involved with the Wounded Warriors and doing projects with them for the last, 13 or 14 years. Is that right?
That's about right.
Okay. And she has, obviously has a heart for them and a heart for the program, but she's been putting on these hunts and these fishing excursions for them here on the Outer Banks and, Lower Currituck out that way for quite some time. And I wanted, it's coming up again. What are the dates for it coming up?
So the dates were just released. The first date, the first heroes will be arriving on January 12th. The Escort Inn, which is what everybody's used to seeing, that starts at the Moyac Welcome Center, that will be on the 15th.
Okay.
Wednesday, January 15th. The 12th, the 13th, and the 14th will be the planning stages and getting the heroes their hunting license and their, the things that they need for the hunt.
Okay, excellent. So let's go back in time. Let's take
Okay.
a little, jump in a little time machine here. 13, 14 years ago when you got involved, what inspired you?
So I was actually working in the Kerala office, and it was pretty quiet. And I was there alone. I answered the phone up front, and there was a gentleman by the name of Tim Spence on the phone.
Okay.
Very soft-spoken, quiet guy. He told me that he felt like there wasn't enough support for the Wounded Warrior in Action group in our area, and that they would have to be terminating this event. The organization was no longer going to bring this waterfowl hunt here.
Okay.
Because they weren't getting the support from the community. It really wasn't they weren't getting the support from the community. They just don't know enough people here. They weren't getting the right people on the phone.
Right.
So the first year that I was involved, when they called me, it was so close to the time that they were arriving. We bought the steaks. Brad and I bought the steaks.
Okay.
Beach Realty threw in some money so that we could pay for a meal for them. And then it kind of progressed. I've got some biker friends that wanted to be involved and some Jeep friends that wanted to be involved. And organically, it became this beautiful event. Very bipartisan, all walks of life. Everybody can be a part of it, and everyone loved it.
Right.
No one argued or tried to outdo the next person. Everyone just wanted to be a part of it. And the cool thing about this event is if you want to bring snacks and that be your contribution, that is so big. They need that for the hunting trip and the fishing trip. If you can donate waters for the event, that's a huge deal. So everybody can take this event and pull it apart and be a part of it. And when you look at it, it is a really beautiful puzzle. And I was so excited in the past 5 years that Dare County has become so much more involved, because before they were staying in Currituck. Now they stay in Pam Kavanaugh's house right here in Southern Shores. It's got an elevator. It makes the trip great for them. The mobility issues are not on the table. Also, carrying the stuff up and down the stairs is easy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Chef Weststep is a huge part of this event, and the kitchen works for him too. So he comes and he does a lot of cooking there, and the house is large enough for all of them that they can have their space.
Excellent. See, I remember, gosh, if I were to rewind, it was maybe 2015-ish, 2016-ish. You had reached out to me when I was at the radio station to assist with the wave off and getting people lining the streets on the way out. So let's go through kind of the order in a way that they come in. So they're coming in, all the heroes are coming on the 15th. You said there's like a forwarding party there that comes in on like the 12th of like the ones that are kind of spearheading the effort in this area.
Year after year.
Yeah. And they're going to be getting all the hunting license, the guns checked in, and, making sure that all that stuff's situated. Now, the heroes get here on the 15th. They fly into where? Norfolk, correct?
That is correct. Some of them are in driving distance. I haven't got their files yet, so I don't know. There could be 2 driving and 3 flying. We're just not sure yet.
Right. But and that's also something. So one thing that I noticed you did, I want to say it was maybe last year or maybe over the last few years, is you're constantly like posting, streaming, like you've ridden on the motorcycle, because they get an escort in from the airport as well as on the way out. So
we don't do the way out anymore.
Not the way out. Okay.
We can't because flights got missed.
Okay.
So the way in made the rush and the hurry. We just couldn't take it. The flights were missed. And
Okay. So, all right. I thank you for clearing that part up. That's good to know. But like on the way in, like you actually, I think you were on a motorcycle.
Yes.
Live streaming, going down the road, freezing your tail off. I think you're like bundled up and like holding your phone, but like you still did it. It was really cool to watch. I watched it online.
It's so hard to keep it on time. The Currituck County Sheriff's Office is amazing, and they try to keep us on schedule. But, man, we're coming through at the same time. The schools are coming with their buses. I think one of the most pivotal moments, and I think it wasn't this year, but I think it was last year, I got the voicemail from Currituck County Schools, and it went to all of the parents, and it was Renee Dowdy, and she said, "We stand with our heroes." And so if your kids are a few minutes late from school, our buses are pulling over. And I remember thinking, like, this went to everybody. that has kids in the schools. So this means way more than just something to me.
Right, yeah. I just got goosebumps from that.
I did too.
I totally just got goosebumps then.
I kept the voicemail. I'm like, I'm so proud of where I came from because they see them as heroes too. And the message that was delivered on that voicemail was very powerful, I felt like.
Yes, it was. Definitely. So they come in on Wednesday the 15th. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That is when they come in. The heroes. That's when the escort. We call it an escort. That's what the bikers like to call it. On the 12th and the 13th, we typically have a planning and logistics meeting because you're talking about several states, agencies that are assisting in this. The U.S. Marshals, Norfolk PD, the Airport PD, Currituck County deputies, and the state police. Getting those folks organized, everybody wants to be at the front. We just got to make sure that it's safe.
Right,
we get them here safely because that is the purpose of an escort, is to get them where they're supposed to be. Right.
So they get here Wednesday. Thursday morning, they wake up. Do we have like a schedule already in place for what they're going to be doing for the days that they're here?
Oh, yeah. So they will hunt on Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay, so they're going to go sit in a duck blind those 3 days and go ahead and get some bufflehead, maybe a few pintails, maybe some teal if they're flying around something.
I've been dumping corn just as hard as I can.
Okay.
and provided that the weather is good, there will be one day. Shout out to Hitman.
Okay.
James Bird. I went to school with him. He really puts in a lot of time and effort and probably some risk to get these guys some fishing time.
Right.
Because as the duck population dwindled, that was another deciding factor on whether they canceled this thing or not.
Right.
If there's no ducks.
Yeah.
The food's great. People are fun.
Yeah.
But they're here to hunt.
Yes.
So the mission statement for the organization is to heal through the outdoors, whether that's fishing or whether that's hunting. We just try to make it happen.
Right. So
that's why we changed it to Fin and Feathers.
Fin and Feathers. Got it. That's awesome because now they can jump into boat and they're going to go fishing for a day.
Right. Yep. And Dare County Sheriff's Office, Doug Dowdy has been amazing. He transported them from the house to the boat. I mean, everybody kind of says, yeah, we have rules, but we're going to work for our heroes here.
Of course. So we're going to let them do some hunting.
Yep.
We're going to let them do a little bit of fishing, and then we're going to feed them breakfast, lunch, dinner.
And the cool thing is, these heroes that come in on Wednesday, they have never met before.
Okay.
They do not know each other.
Okay, now that's interesting.
So the core group that comes to set up and put the float blinds out and make sure they're safe for any mobility issues and get the dogs ready, they're constant. They come every year. But the ones that come in on Wednesday, I've never met before. I don't know where they're coming from. They've never met each other. So when they get to eat, that's really a camaraderie time. And,
gotcha.
Shots of Crown, that's what they do. They want to be left alone with some food in the house. Because I don't know if you remember, they used to go to the restaurants.
I think so.
So then COVID happened, and they realized it's so much more awesome to be together in a safe place.
Yes, of course.
All together.
Of course.
Because there are, there's issues with PTSD, and they need to feel safe.
Okay.
And that's our biggest thing. So having the food delivered did created challenges, but it was the smartest thing to do, and we stuck with it after COVID.
That's great plan. Definitely a great plan.
Yep.
Now you talk about the food and things like that. Now we got them fed. Everybody we got meals lined up for them already, right? Is that accurate, Mr. Caiden? Is that accurate?
So we're trying right now to get the restaurants in line.
So we need help.
We do need help.
Let's talk about the help you need.
And so I am also very cognizant of our seasonality in our area, and it's harder to give at Christmas and in the winter when there's not so much money coming in. And so we have those old faithful restaurants that do donate every single year. BJ's, Jolly Roger, Cosmos in Southern Shores. Those folks are... Hardee's is a huge sponsor.
Very nice.
But we also love including other people. Blue Moon does something every year. We appreciate their help. But we also would love to see if there's additional restaurants that would like to contribute.
Okay, so we kind of need to know if there's anybody that knows anyone in the restaurant business, any restaurants that listen to the podcast on a regular basis that would like to assist in this. And again,
Sure.
100% donation. This is for the Wounded Warriors. This is for those that have gone, fought, and may not have returned the same way that they went.
They're all Purple Heart recipients.
All Purple Heart recipients. So again, and this is something, again, Brooke, I was trying to think of the right word to describe you.
Oh, Lord.
But I think that when it comes right back
Don't
down
ask for
to
any help on that.
when it comes right down to it, though, I would say loving, outpouring giver's heart. You know, it's like you said, when the phone rang, when you were at the Corolla office 13, 14 years ago, and they were like, we're going to have to cancel this thing if this doesn't happen.
My
You were
heart was
like,
broken.
You sprang into action and made things happen.
And it's so crazy. I always say this, and it doesn't really. I was pregnant with Bradley. But he has. I have a picture of him in his little carrier on one of the years that I was doing it, and he was born in August, and that was in January. But he's grown up with these guys. So he texts them, and if he kills a deer, he sends a picture to them.
That's awesome.
But he recognizes the sacrifice.
Right.
And they talk to him about the sacrifice.
That's awesome.
And we work really hard to get the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts involved because I want the next generation to have the same admiration and respect for these guys. I want somebody to take their hat off when they walk in the room.
Of course.
Because my kids know, whoa, his leg's not real. Or,
right.
what he went through to make sure you have freedoms.
Absolutely.
And so I think we forget that sometimes. And so this is a great reminder and a way to involve the kids. I take letters from all the elementary schools and I line the doorways. Welcome heroes. They see that when they walk in. The feedback that I get every year from the heroes is that they've never been to a more patriotic place.
Oh, wow. No kidding.
Oh, this event has a waiting list a really long time.
Really?
Yeah, everybody wants to do this event.
That's rad.
Even
That
though
is
the
so
duck
rad.
hunting isn't as great as it used to be.
That is so unbelievably rad.
I think the escort and like the outpouring of support, and it's obvious community support. I mean, they're lining the highways and it's freezing outside.
Yes.
The Patriot Guard, they've already texted me. They're ready to go. They're chomping at the bit. They love this. So
we just need a little extra help, a little extra support from some of our local businesses, restaurants that would be willing to make that donation. And see, here's kind of where I'm thinking. It's like you made the comment, seasonality with things and the different restaurants and things. It's harder to give. So here's what I challenge somebody to, some people to do. And this is kind of, I'm challenging myself right now at the same time. Those restaurants, they may struggle to make that donation. I would say if somebody is willing to step up and make a monetary donation to said restaurant, or even if they wanted to drop it off here at Coast Realty at Brook, hey, look, I know that it's hard for the restaurants to buy, but Brook, here's $100 to put towards a bill that a restaurant made. If they're like, look, we can do it, but it's going to be like $200.
Yep.
If somebody wanted to make a monetary donation to the cause, they could stop by Coast Realty, give it to you, and then you could make any purchases necessary with that money.
So last year, we were able to purchase 2 Frenchie, I'm saying it wrong, forgive me, shotguns.
Okay.
For this event and this event alone. This is the only am I saying it wrong? Sorry. 2 guns that were donated from Meade's Gas.
Okay.
And from Soundside Recycling, the Newburns on the other side of the bridge. We bought 2 guns for this event.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
They are only used. We don't have to take them through an airport. They stay here. I mean, that's a big deal.
That is big. That means, very big.
Yeah, that means that the hosts don't have to use their own guns for these strangers. They're not strangers, but they're...
I get what you're saying.
I don't want somebody using my gun.
No, of course not. No. Of course not. But again, I mean, you see, that's it, and that's just an example. That is an example.
The fishing is another deal. The money got contributed. It covered his gas and what he needed, and that's how he paid for the fishing trip. So it really is a puzzle, and there are so many pieces. Because if one person doesn't donate water, or the Coke guy doesn't do soft drinks, that means somebody else has got to step in and do those things. And so every bit is appreciated.
Yeah.
People do orange juice and fruit, cups, paper products. All of that stuff is instrumental. I gotta have it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't even, and it's interesting you bring that up, because I mean, like the paper products, the toilet paper, the
paper towels,
the
hand
paper
soap.
plates. You don't think about those things. Anybody that would be willing to go to, I don't know, Food Lion and grab a couple things of plates, a couple things of paper towels, and a couple rolls of toilet paper and drop it off here at Coast Realty in Nags Head. Now,
yeah, that's great. I mean, it's
Here on
great
the beach
because
road.
the cleaners donate their services, and Anita Midget, she donates the linens, makes the beds for them every year,
That's
leaves
beautiful.
a bottle of Crown Royal on the table for them every year.
oh hey,
And
nice.
yeah, she doesn't care where they stay. She'll go but that's their mentality.
Right.
Is, they just want to be a part. They want to be a part. It's not even really, they want to help, but every single piece is necessary.
Well, I know that I'm going to work on getting some things squared away in the food sense for you. Also, I have personally volunteered to run food if you need it done to wherever. I can at least do that. But I'm not good at much, but I can move things from point A to point B.
Yeah, but that's a huge thing. And so the challenge with involving the south end of Currituck to the north end of Currituck and then even further into Dare County is the pickup and drop off.
Right.
So those are the challenges, and they haven't not received food yet. So,
Gotcha. Well, let's talk about how people, if they want to make that donation, people want to find a way to participate, to help, how can they get in touch with you?
Google me. I'm just kidding. It's easiest by email so that I can track it.
Okay.
And I certainly don't ever say no to any type of help that is offered, because it really is about involving the community. If there's somebody out there that has a Girl Scout group or something of that nature, that we had the Boy Scouts carry their luggage up when we didn't used to have an elevator. That was huge. Those guys did not have to carry their luggage up. And so everybody is capable of being a part of this event. And if you can't donate something, stand by the side of the road when they leave, when they're coming in with the flags. That's all we ask.
Excellent. So one thing I probably should have asked a few moments ago, but just occurred to me now was, do you have anything online, website, something people can look at for more information?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Wounded Warrior in Action Project is it's WWIA.
Okay, WWIA.org,
and you can check it out. And our event is called Fin and Feathers, and you'll see they're called field notes, and you can see how the hunt went and pictures and feedback from the heroes. But the feedback that I get via the mail is usually from one of the hunters, and it is always that this is an unforgettable experience, and everything else is not going to compare to this. So
that's touching. I know it's very touching.
Yes. Like, it makes it all worth it.
Mm-hmm. So. Absolutely. Now, your email, can you you give me that email address real quick? Sure. So if anybody wanted to shoot you a message?
Brook, Brook, at coastrealtync.com.
Okay, let's say that one more time. BROOK. Yes, no E.
No E.
Do not put the E on the end.
It will not get to me.
So BROOK. At.
Coast Realty NC, like the state.
coastrealtync.com.
Yep.
Okay, so don't put that E on there. She will not get it. I don't need people sending me emails saying, I emailed Brooke and she didn't get it and didn't reply.
Well, so
probably because you screwed that up.
I'm so glad we're doing this, because a lot of times I do get some flack because I don't publicize it the way people see fit. But next week, there will be an email or a Facebook post that says, here's what I need. Who's signing up for it? I'll close that post and record who's doing what. That is the only way I can reach the masses. So if somebody wants to send a friend request, I do make it public, but I don't have another way other than Justin to get it out to anybody.
Well, I'm glad to help you get it out.
I appreciate it so much. But I mean, that had been my only method or to get the word out and to let people know that I needed help.
Absolutely. And I'm glad to be able to help you with all of this.
Yeah, so if anybody, like when you see the post, if you don't mind sharing them in case that I'm not friends with them, that would be great, because I would love for everybody to be involved.
Absolutely. Now, Mr. Caiden. I mean, you've been rather quiet over there, man. You got throw your 2 cents in there.
I mean, This is my first year with helping Brooke out on this project, so I'm just trying to do what I can, do as much as I can for her to kind of get some more off her plate, 'cause I know she probably has a lot that she has to do here. So just trying to help her out as much as I can.
He was great. He jumped right in and was like, I'll call some restaurant folks.
There you go.
It's a fine line because for the folks that always do it, I don't want to kick them out and say that,
No, yeah.
But I am cognizant that it is it's a sacrifice.
Right.
Because especially in this time of the year when they come down, coming from the restaurant industry, some of the restaurants are really slow and they're not making as great money as they would in the summer. So
Right.
trying to just reach out to different restaurants that'd be willing to help out is a lot.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and Justin, I just wanted to put this out there. For lunches, it's anything that can be put in a bag.
Okay, bag
anything
lunch.
like that. Pizzas are great. They come back to a little shack. I literally meet them at the duck blind. They come in this little shack that looks like a garage. They eat and they leave.
Oh, wow.
So they don't come back to the house to eat. Handhelds.
Handhelds, as Heather
Heather in the
screams
back.
from the other room. I knew I was going to get a piece of her on the podcast today.
There you go.
All right, Brooke, you've shouted out to a lot of people so far. Who else? I'm sure there's somebody we're missing. Who are we missing? What about like the ammo?
Yes. Sybil O'Neill at Curry Tuck Sports
Okay.
has donated the ammunition every single year.
What?
And that is a huge contribution. Years that they actually kill some ducks, if they run out, they just have to go to Curry Tuck Sports, and she re-ups them. Never asks for a dime. They pay nothing. She makes sure they get a discount when they all come in the store. She really takes care of them. I hope we all remember that when we're doing our Christmas shopping and shopping small.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it makes me think there's a country song. I'm trying to think about the name of it, but it's not coming to me right now.
Famous Friends is what I always think of.
There's Famous Friends, but there's also a song that's in there somewhere. They say, "Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition."
There you go. True story.
So that's kind of where my mind went. But yes,
Yep.
it's Famous Friends. Yes.
Yeah, and so like duck hunting is not a cheap sport.
No.
The shells and the guns are all very, very expensive. Larry Beasley gives his time as the guide and his guides that work for him. And he's been doing it the entire time. So these folks have been given for a long time to the Wounded Warrior in Action Foundation.
That's excellent. Very, very excellent. Well, Brooke, Mr. Caiden, I appreciate y'all giving me a few minutes to talk about this today, and I'm going to do everything I can to help share the information, put this out there for people that want to participate and help and assist in any way, shape, or form, and any restaurants that may be interested in cooking and doing something like that. And again, people that may just want to make a monetary donation.
Absolutely.
So that it's like, Brooke, you know what you need here. Take my money and go. Just shut up and take my money.
Right. We have several owners that have done that, clients that have done that. And we did end up buying shampoo and conditioner so that the folks flying in did not have to purchase those things, hand soap, things like that. So $50 goes a long ways when I got to go get that stuff.
Right.
And it doesn't have to come out of, I don't have to ask for that specific donation. Laundry detergent.
How many of your hunters, though, actually use conditioner?
Probably none.
Now, Mr. Caiden, man.
Caiden does.
Man, he's got a nice, I was just looking, man, he's got that Troy Polamalu
That's
hair
right.
going on,
That's right.
So,
Oh yeah, definitely use a conditioner.
anyway, well, y'all, do we leave anything out? Have we forgotten anything?
I'm looking. I don't think so. I just want to express how appreciative Twyford Funeral Home.
Okay.
They get them here. They get them to the airport. It is a pivotal part of this because if they were not all able to ride together, the escort would not happen. So shout out to Twyford Funeral Home for
They don't put them in a hearse, do they? No.
Kind of.
Kind of.
But they put the branches of the military on there. Mr.
Right.
Twyford is super patriotic. I don't think it's a hearse, but
No. I think they got vans and stuff. Yeah.
but they've done so much. And the dealership in Elizabeth City, Joe Dixon worked with them.
Mm-hmm.
They got them a van so that they could travel together back and forth to the duck blind instead of using their personal vehicles. So shout out to Joe Dixon on that one. That was a huge win.
That's pretty rad. Pretty rad. Well, Brooke, Mr. Caiden, I appreciate y'all again for giving me some time, and I look forward to another great event this year.
We owe you for this one. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
When it comes to general maintenance or major modifications on your diesel vehicle, look no further than Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance in Kill Devil Hills. Master mechanic Ryan Walker developed the plan for having his own auto shop over 20 years ago, and today he owns the premium diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks. To have him and his crew take a look under your hood, give him a call today at 252-715-0025 or find him on social media. Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance, the diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks.
Check out my man Ryan Walker at Wanchi's Off-Road Diesel Performance in Kill Devil Hills, the diesel performance powerhouse of the Outer Banks. That is my dude. Find him on social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram. Just search WOR Diesel Performance. WOR Diesel Performance. All right, we're going to jump into some events. And again, all these events and more can be found online at outerbanksthisweek.com. I'm actually going to use the website for some of it because there's so many things going on. Going to start by, as I always like to say, support your local high school and middle school athletics, whether it be wrestling, basketball, swimming. Those are the sports that I know of that are happening right now. Show those kids a lot of love and support as much as you can. I'm going to do my best to try to get out to some of these basketball games, wrestling matches, swim meets in the near future at all the schools if possible, but please, even if you're not here on the Outer Banks locally, to show the support wherever you are in your home community, show these local athletes some love and support. Here locally, though, there's trivia nights, live music across the board, and karaoke nights all over the beach. I'm going to go through some more of those a little bit in detail here in just a few moments. But again, don't forget to get your tickets for the Dare Education Foundation's Dueling Piano signature event. I'll get it all out. They're on sale right now. You can, again, go online to dareeducationfoundation.org for more information. The Misfit Bars have kicked off their holiday fun. Make sure you go and listen to the standalone podcast we did for them for more information, or online at misfitsobx.com. I want to find that message. I'm going to find that real quick. I got a message from my buddy Gino over at Lost Colony Tavern, and Gino got me up to speed with what's taking place. Where is that message? Gino, was it a text? I think it was a text. Give me 1 second. I'm going to find this. Gino's telling me all about what they're doing with Downtown Manio because they're having their own bar crawl. The Naughty Nine, that's what it's called. I didn't want to call it the wrong thing. I knew that there was a bar crawl going on in Downtown Manio, but the Naughty Nine is something that's taken. It's a walkable Christmas crawl in Downtown Manio. So please make plans to go over to the tavern. He'll get you squared away on your little passport and everything that you can attend the Naughty Nine Downtown Manio bar crawl. That looks like it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun. Definitely going to try to do some of that for sure. Trivia night. Hey, I'm hosting a trivia night every Wednesday night at McGrath's Burger Shack starting at 6 o'clock. It's guaranteed to be a lot of fun. Come on out, test your knowledge against the questions that I bring to the table. I've been known to stump people. I'm pretty good at it. So it's guaranteed to be a lot of fun, though. So that's coming. That's on Wednesday nights, 6 o'clock at McGrath's Burger Shack in Nags Head. Let's see, coming up, the Downtown Manio Christmas tree lighting. It's happening this Friday evening starting at 6. The Manio Elementary School choir is going to be singing. I'll be out there with my son, Austin, he's singing in the MES choir for the Christmas tree lighting. That's going to be a lot of fun. It's always a good time. It's just, you can feel the holiday spirit and just the peppiness of everybody that's out there that night. And everybody's in such a good mood. It's it's going to be cold, so you're going to need to bundle up for it. But you're guaranteed to have some fun. Definitely going to have fun. There's, let's see. The Downtown Mania, I talked about that. There's also a Brew and Arts holiday market going on at the brewing station on Friday evening as well. That's from 4 until 7 o'clock. Let's see, the Good Guys versus Cancer basketball tournament is still going to be happening at First Flight High School Friday and Saturday. Definitely a worthy cause to support. You go out and watch some showcase basketball teams playing that are from across the state, even some from Virginia, and all to raise money to fight cancer. So that's a great thing to do. If you get a chance to go watch these basketball teams play at First Flight High School in Kill Devil Hills, please do so. Saturday, December 7th is the 50th annual Manio Christmas Parade. That's going to be starting at 10:30 in the morning. Starts at Manio High School and goes to Downtown Manio. Always a fun time, always a lot of people participating, and you're guaranteed to enjoy that for sure. Again, another chilly day, so bundle up for it. Hey, Manio Elementary School's Winter Wonderland is directly after the parade from 11 until 3 o'clock at the elementary school. I'll be out there for that as well with my youngins walking around having some fun as a PTO dad, and in a way a PTO dad, I'm there when I can be. Got to be out there for a little bit. So Austin, he's looking forward to it. Murray, definitely looking forward to it. So that's the MES Winter Wonderland. That's directly after the Manio Christmas Parade starting at 11 o'clock at the elementary school. The Manio Preservation Trust 17th Annual Holiday Tour of Homes, that's going to be going on the same day on December 7th. Busy weekend this coming weekend. That's going on from 1 to 7. You can visit our website for more details on that. Same with the Duck Yuletide celebration that's going on this Saturday from 3 to 5 at Duck Town Park. Definitely going to want to participate in that. Let's take a look. Brunch with the Grinch. That's going on this Saturday from noon until 2 at Striper's Bar and Grill. You scroll down. I'm on our website right now looking at all the events that are coming up. There's so many things. Bethany Church of Wanchese is having their shrimp and turkey dinner, curbside dinner. That's something you can pick up from Bass Knight's Lone Cedar from 11 until 2 on Sunday, December 8th, all to benefit Bethany Church of Wanchese. Hey, my man Holden's at it again. Let's click on this. Holiday, Caiden Cocktail Holiday Party. And I believe there's going to be a wreath workshop. There is wreath workshop with twigs and twine. That's going on this coming Sunday, starting at 4 o'clock in downtown Manio. You can go to kindcocktails.com for more details on how you can participate in that and how to get tickets and where to go for the party. So yeah, Caiden Cocktails' holiday party. That's this Sunday starting at 4 o'clock. Oh, gosh. Open mic night at McGrath's this coming Monday, December 9th, starting at 6. Oh, gosh, there's a lot of things happening. Our website is packed full of events. Again, it's hard to read them all off because there's just so many of them, and I don't want to discount one over the other. So please, I encourage you to go online to outerbanksthisweek.com. Click on the events section and just scroll through and look at them because there's so many things. Theater of Dare's got a play coming up on Thursday, December 12th, starting at 7:30. Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. It's a radio drama by Andrew J. Finity. And let's see if it won't let me see who. Directed by, I can't see. It's there, but Gail Hutchinson. Sorry, Gail. Didn't mean to discount you like that. But that's going on Thursday, the 12th. In Kitty Hawk. So there you go. So many things that are happening. Oh, got to tell you about this. They're doing a Home Alone trivia at McAllister's Corner, which is one of the 12 bars. It's Two Roads Tavern. McAllister's Corner Home Alone trivia at McAllister's Corner on December the 11th, which happens to be my wife's birthday. And we're going to be out there to participate in that. Again, there's so many things going on. Brew and Arts Holiday Market. I think I talked about that a little earlier. They're doing another one on December the 13th. Dance night with DJ Smiles at the Brewing Station on Friday, December the 13th as well. So again, a meet and greet with Frozen? What? Also at the Brewing Station from noon until 2, Saturday, December 14th. You can meet and greet with Anna and Elsa. Take the kids to that. Again, so many fantastic things going on with the live music and all the different activities, all online at outerbanksthisweek.com. There's so much there, and I encourage you to go look through it, click through it, see what you want to do, and please participate. That's the thing. Soundside Holiday Market, Sunday, December 15th from noon until 4. I'll go back through all this stuff in the next episode of the podcast. And I'll have a special guest on the next episode as well. But hey, go online to outerbanksthisweek.com, click on the events tab, and see all of the events and more for yourself. All right, we're going to wrap this thing up. There's so many things that I've gone over, so we're going to wrap it up. But before we do, if you're looking for that perfect holiday gift for the person that loves to read and loves the Outer Banks, specifically the Hatteras Island sector, you're going to want to get one of the mini books that author Jan Dawson of Buxton, writes and publishes. Hooked on You and Storm Season are her current books that are out. So go, and I got more information about that coming at you right now.
Don't you want to unwrap a bit of summertime this holiday season? It might be cold outside, but it's time to head to the Outer Banks in 2 Jan Dawson Hatteras Island romance novels that are sure to warm your heart. Find your favorite reading spot and snuggle up to an old love rekindled in storm season or a new romance after heartbreak in Hooked on You. Storm season even has a Christmas ending. Make sure Santa has these books at the top of your list or make someone's holiday OBX special. Available at all Outer Banks bookstores or on Amazon. Just search Jan Dawson.
All right, Miss Jan Dawson, definitely a sweetheart of a person. I really enjoyed interviewing her, putting her on her own standalone podcast to promote her books. I thoroughly enjoyed talking with her, and she's very, very sweet in her books. Very, very well written. Very, very nice. So I hope that you will partake in the purchase of one of her books. Telling you won't regret doing that at all. All right, did I forget anything? No, I don't believe I did. If I did, let me know. Podcast at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Please let me know if I did. I want to thank Brooke Sparks for being on the podcast with me. What a sweetheart of a person. Think the world of her. She does so much for the community. So, Brooke, thank you for being on the podcast this week to talk about the Wounded Warriors. Next week, I'm going to be joined by Santa Claus. Yeah, Santa Claus making a special trip from the North Pole to hang out with yours truly. Talk about some of his favorite things on the Outer Banks, places he likes to go. Maybe tell us a few stories from the lap of Santa. Who knows what's going to come from Santa Claus? Get the next episode. Very much looking forward to that. But the Outer Banks This Week podcast, we're wrapping up at episode number 93. And it's all brought to you by Kelly's Automotive and online at kellysobxauto.com, Highway 64 in Manio. All right, I'm out of here. I will see y'all next week. Good Lord willing. And the creek don't rise. Y'all take care now. Bye-bye.
This has been another epic edition of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. Follow us on social media and be sure to listen every Thursday for a new episode.